All right. Happy Thursday. I had a couple of people mention that they weren't able to join, so I will record this and post it on our team page so that they can catch it and you guys can replay it back if you need to listen to anything again. But wanted to chat just about really nothing super earth-shattering or groundbreaking or anything like that, but just a couple of things. So we are in our first week of our June super block kind of plan with this first Monday of the month. So that is our like routine schedule as far as, starting a new boot camp and things to invite to. And for me, I'm starting to kind of realize that that's a good opportunity for your current people to get on board again, right? To reignite them, to get them going, to stay consistent. If they fall off, like that's just a great time to like rejoin. It's also an opportunity for you the last couple of weeks of the month to invite to for new people to get started, right? Like we're going to start the first Monday of the month. It just becomes this like routine thing. But also I think that there is a really big opportunity for us to have another boot camp, right? Like whatever your focus is for the month. And we talk about this almost every single week, right? Like who are you talking to? What problem are you solving? But for me, that's going to be like the next Monday. So the 12th will be the start of that boot camp, whatever it is. And they can still do the super block, right? There's still those 3 weeks. They would have those couple of workouts from up week, but those can be filled in on the weekends or whatever. And they still wouldn't technically be behind to start then the next month's super block. So they can do that, or they can do whatever program you decide is right for them. That's going to be kind of my plan for the 12th. And I need to get that rolled out. Today's already the 8th. Like it's time to start talking about that and inviting into that. But that's going to be like my second thing that I'm inviting into. And I realize I haven't put a calendar in our team page yet. So I wanted to talk through the calendar so you guys have a clear path as far as what you're inviting to and what you're talking about. And then our new mentorship will start the 19th. So if you have anybody who's interested in the mentorship, you want to start talking about the coaching opportunity, anybody who wants to kind of go through that together, that group will start on the 19th. So that's the game plan there. And then depending on where we are, as far as Success Club points, the new coach mentorship, et cetera, the last week of the month will be some type of like free group again, whether it's a walking challenge or a water challenge or whatever we want to do. But I'm not going to really go there until we get there. Let's worry about getting our Success Club points on the board. Let's worry about filling our boot camps. Let's worry about getting people in the mentorship. And then we'll do the free group opportunity as we get there. So if you're having conversations and they're giving you hesitation, or they're not really interested, or they're whatever, some type of objection, you can definitely still come in with, well, I have a free group at the end of the month. Would you be interested in that? And you can plug them in that 1% better community, right? Like you can still do that. And we will do something eventually. If you start adding people in there, feel free to take the initiative to put content in there, right? Like if you want a free group to have to fall back on, then feel free to say in our group, hey, this weekend I'm going to do a water challenge in the free group. Does anybody want to help me with it, right? And if you're plugging people in there, then post a water challenge for 3 days. You don't need my permission. You don't need me to lead it. So if you're using that as a backup as you're inviting, feel free to run something in there for a couple of days. I think that multiple little challenges in there is beneficial. I think it's great value to add to that community. So feel free to do it and feel free to use it however works for you. And then, my thought and plan is to try to run something like the last week of the month as it gets closer. And I'll keep you guys posted on what my plan is, but it's going to, again, depend on Success Club points and depend on, the mentorship. Like those are my priority. I need to hit Success Club and I need to get new coaches in the mentorship, and then I'll shift gears to that. But you can use it however makes sense for you. So I wanted to make sure you guys know that you can do that and you don't need my permission. Like it is our group as a team collectively. So talk about it, use it however makes sense for you. Oh, what was my next thing? I know that our paychecks this week were fantastic. Team cycle bonuses were high. I saw a lot of higher team cycle bonuses than I've seen before. Cassie specifically, but if you are not one of if you're listening to this and you're not one of my personally sponsored coaches and you're earning team cycle bonus, please shoot me a message like first thing Thursday morning when you see that, because I report those up to Nicole, and Nicole often does a shout out for those. Those aren't something that anybody besides your upline coach can see. So if your upline coach is not Diamond, they may not see it. They may not know it's happening. So you need to let me know if you receive one of those, if you want to be on her recognition board. I don't do those recognition boards, not because I don't like them, mainly because one, I can't control all of it, right? Like I can't see everybody's team cycle bonuses. So then in order for me to do it, I'm waiting on so many people to send that information up the line for me to be able to see it. And I don't like reporting on something that I feel like I could be missing somebody. That, like, I don't really love that. I also don't have the time to babysit and track it down and say, hey, Heather, did you earn a team cycle bonus this week? Like, I'd like to get that report out. Like, I don't want to babysit like that. And I don't do it, but Nicole does. And I send her ours. It's very quick for me so if you don't know how to know if you're getting a team cycle bonus, every Thursday, you can go into your coach back office and click earnings, and then it will show you that week's what will be deposited into your account next Thursday, right? So that's what you earned this previous week, and you will see the team cycle bonus number there. So that's what you're earning as far as just that team cycle bonus, just for having volume in your account. So if you see that number and you have something there, then you can send it to me Thursday morning and I will send it off to Nicole. So for me to see my personally sponsored coaches, once you hit Diamond, you actually earn 10% of anybody who's earning a team cycle bonus on your team, which is incredible. Like, that is just bonus on bonus money, right? Like, it's already bonus money. And then as a Diamond coach, you're earning 10% of anybody else on your team who's getting them. So I can click on that 10% button for me, and I can see a list of whoever contributed to that. That's how I can see them. So if you're not one of my personally sponsored coaches, then of course I don't see that. So you have to send me that information. And I will get you on Nicole's recognition board. So I'm really focused on recognizing our team. Some of the things that I think are really important as far as moving your business forward and getting you more income, getting you in the direction that you want to head. And that is obviously Success Club recognition is a important part of it. So I'll be recognizing Success Club on a weekly basis and getting better about making sure that I'm reporting that consistently. I'm also doing that like Diamond bubble chart recognition, because I think that that's really important for you guys to see your progress towards it, because I think sometimes some of you are so close to Diamond and you don't even know it. You don't even realize it until you see that chart filled out. And it's like, holy smokes, like I did it last week, and like, what is there, like one person that's one bubble away and one that's two and one that's three, like super close. And until you see that visually, I think it's like you don't really realize how close you are. So I'll be doing that report on a weekly basis so you guys can see as you move closer and closer to Diamond. And as people under you are hitting Emerald, they're going to be added to that. And I know for a lot of us, like just getting our name on a recognition board is exciting. So I want to encourage that kind of thing, which is going to help you guys push to Diamond, which is going to help you guys push to 1-star, whatever you're pushing towards. By recognizing your people hitting Emerald, like that is going to matter. That's going to help them want to be on that board. So I'll be doing that piece of recognition. I'll also be doing the earned volume report. And every time I post that, there's a snippet of what that means, but it's basically retention of your customers, right? It is purchases being made by your clients and your preferred customers that's helping drive just more volume for you. So I'll be doing that recognition. And I think that might be it. and the road to legacy. So I had a lot of questions last week on what the road to legacy is. So I just wanted to put it here for anybody who re-listens to this, but basically it is a way to recognize your earnings, and it's the one thing that never goes down, right? You can drop rank, you can drop all sorts of things. You cannot drop how much you've made. So that's our cumulative earnings from the time we start our business. And every time somebody earns a new rank, you have to tell me. I don't see your income, so I don't know that. But there's that Google Doc where you can drop when you move to the next rank. And then periodically, that one's not going to be as consistent because it's going to be just when we have people move to the next level, I'll do those recognitions as well. So I just really want to focus on, those recognition boards they're like a hidden value. And if your name is on them and you're being shouted out, that means you are making money. It means you are moving your business forward, and it means you're doing all the things. So just kind of like think about how you feel about being on a recognition board. If that gets you excited, if it is, then that's something that you want to just push for, to be on every single one of them, at the top of them. If being on a recognition board doesn't excite you, then find something else that does, that's going to help you move towards these different pieces, right? Because there's a lot of different ways to move your business forward. And I don't want Success Club to be the only thing that you gauge your business on. There's more pieces that we can do, more things that we can do to drive income, to drive rank, to drive recognition, to all the things that maybe excite you about this business. And I want to make sure that we're catching all of them and not just the Success Club board. So if there's ever anything that you want to see recognized, or you think that we should be recognizing more, please let me know. And I'm happy to add it to like the rotation. But I'd like to do some type of recognition, at multiple times a week, so that you see different ways that you can gauge, am I moving my business forward in all the different ways, right? Am I moving towards rank? Am I moving towards Success Club? Am I moving towards volume? Like all those different things. And then Nicole, of course, does the team cycle bonus, which is similar to the volume one. So those kind of correlate, but that way you can see. Also, when Nicole posts that team cycle bonus report, she literally posts the numbers, the actual earnings that we're making, how much my paycheck is based on team cycle bonus. Let that be motivation for you to know what's possible. The team cycle bonus, a lot of times, is a big chunk of my paycheck, especially when you're adding the 3 different ones. I get mine, I get my second business center, and I get my husband's. So you're talking multiple hundreds of dollars that are sitting there just in team cycle bonus because I get 3 of them. One in itself isn't ginormous, but when you get 3 of them, it is, right? Like they really start to add up. So think about that. Think about that as you start to, consider a spouse account, building a spouse account, having a spouse account at Emerald. Once your spouse account is Emerald, they start earning that team cycle bonus as well. If they drop rank and they're no longer Emerald, they still accrue it. They just don't cash in until they get to Emerald again. So my husband had hit Emerald, lost his Emerald. This was like 2 weeks ago, lost his Emerald, still kept growing. Once I got him back to Emerald, he got a huge team cycle bonus because he cashed in on all that volume that was growing there. So don't think that you have to continuously build your spouse account. If you're not in the season of your business that you're building that, you don't have to. He'll still keep accruing that volume. So for me, I typically put somebody under my spouse account. What I would recommend, especially for anybody pushing to diamond, is to hit Success Club in your business center and then build under your spouse, right? So Success Club you first, then build under them. And whether that's 1 or 2 or 5 people, then when the new month comes, you do the same thing. You go back to building yourself. Once you hit Success Club, you go under your husband. And eventually your husband has a pretty decent little account going. So that is the way that I did mine until I hit my second business center, and then we kind of move things around. So once you get to 2-star, we'll talk about that. But that's initially when I was building my business, how I did it. So wanted to share that so you guys can kind of focus on that too. What it also means is you have to push past Success Club 6. It's impossible to build a spouse account if you're not hitting higher Success Club numbers, because there's no extra to put under them, right? So you've got to be really laser focused on Success Club early in the month for yours so that you can shift focus to building a spouse account. And I'm not saying that you have to build a spouse account to hit your next rank advancement. It's an easy way to do it. It's a way you can control, but you can definitely do it if you have 2 business builders, but it's definitely one that's worth for the team cycle bonus portion of it. So, oh, hi husband, listen in, you want this. My husband loves his paycheck. He loves it. He gets so excited, even though he's like, I didn't do anything. How much money did I earn this week? Right. And he competes with me on whose is bigger each week. So that gets exciting. Any questions about team cycle bonus, the recognition boards, the income piece of it, anything like that? I know there's just a couple of us on today, but. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, so we have kind of shifted into this super block, first Monday of the month, blah, blah, et cetera, et cetera. But we do have Chop Wood Carry Water coming out in July. So we really need to, start thinking about that and thinking about what day we're going to start that, what the plan is going to be. So for me, I'm going with that same plan that I've been doing as far as the first Monday of the month is going to be the super block. And I'm still going to do that again for current people. I'll talk about it for new people, but then I'm going to start Chop Wood Carry Water on July 10th is my game plan. So I can't remember the actual launch date of it. I think it's right there. Maybe it is the 10th. I think it might be. I can double check, or you guys can check the FAQ for that too, but that's my plan, is to start it on the 10th. People are already getting excited about it. This is another way to really drive volume with your current people, to get them excited about a new program. I'm debating. I don't know. I'm on the fence on whether we want to do a separate Facebook group to create even more FOMO that people want to be in that group, or if we just want to do it in our group so other people are like, yes, I got to do this program, and they just jump in eventually. So stay tuned. I kind of like on the fence on what's the right route to go for that. I'll keep you posted, but that's my game plan for July. So I'll start the super block on the 3rd, which I won't be doing. I think it's bar blend. Some people love it. We'll leave it there. I'll be starting Chop Wood Carry Water, right? Chop Wood, yeah. On the 10th. So I don't know why they couldn't come up with like a more condensed name. I also, have you guys seen the logo for it? It feels so sexual to me. Like he's just like sitting there like, and I know what he's doing, right? Like I know the move, that like kick through doesn't look like that to me. So I'm like, the logo where it's like on the back, I'm like, oh, that's cool. You're just gonna walk around with like on your back. Cool. Okay. Any questions about that? When I'm planning to do it, what that program is? Heather's got a question.
Okay, I have a question. So for like your second invite opportunity, your second group of the month, what's your like game plan with that? Are you putting that in like your same like ongoing group with like the super blocks? Okay. And are you like calling it something else? Like, how are you? I'm at like a weird spot because I feel like I like missed the mark a little bit with job one. And I feel like it's a great opportunity to still talk about like 20-minute workouts and stuff. And I don't know if I like look like a weirdo if I'm like, you can still join it, or do I totally call it something else? Is that too confusing? Like, what's your game plan?
I think you don't overthink it. And honestly, you don't have to give people all those details. They don't need to know what group they're going in. They don't need to know what it's called. They don't need to know what program they're even doing. You can literally just talk about, I have a boot camp starting on Monday. These workouts are designed for you if you're busy, you're this, you're that, right? Like, who is it for? And how do I get started? They don't have to know anything else. You don't have to name it anything. It doesn't have to be a fancy group. It doesn't have to be anything. You can just literally say, I have a group starting on Monday and I'm putting them in my ongoing group and they can do the same program and I'm going with it.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Totally
I'm like
overthinking it.
done overthinking this, because I'm in the same place. Like I'm so busy right now. I don't have time to sit and create graphics to create a new Better Me in June boot camp, right? With all these fancy things. Like I just, it's not where I'm at in my business. So like, here's what it is. I've got a group starting Monday. If you're ready to get going, here's how you join. It fits you if you hit this, this, and this. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I like that. Simple is what I need right now too.
Absolutely. And I think that there's a lot of value in putting people in the ongoing group because I'm already starting to notice, we've kept the same ongoing group now for the year, and I'm starting to notice people picking up on things on their own. For example, I haven't even talked about chop wood, carry water in there. People are already talking about the sample in their check-ins. People are already doing it. So your veterans are guiding your new people towards what's next. Same thing with job one. Like I started doing job one, everybody's doing job one. Now all of a sudden, like everybody in there wants to do job one because that's what everyone is doing. So I feel like by having this ongoing group and new people coming in, I just sold somebody the bike and I added her to the ongoing group, right? Like she bought the 3 years access, like she gets it. I guarantee she's going to be wanting job one access or bike one access because that's what people are doing in there right now. And I think it's just going to drive its own volume by doing an ongoing group like that. Which is why I'm leaning towards putting chop wood, carry water people just right in that group. In the group, like I'm just shifting the focus on what the group is talking about. Like we did May partner challenge all of May. And that's what I talked about. That's what the check-ins were all about, blah, 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 blah. People are still in that. It was an 8-week thing, but I'm just not talking about it anymore. So now we've shifted gears. A lot of the posts are directed towards job one. Same thing when we switch into July, a lot of the posts will be directed towards chop wood, carry water, and then it just is what it is. If you're not doing it, it's okay. You can still check in, right? But I just want to drive everybody towards what I'm doing. So, any other questions, comments, concerns, things you guys want to chat about? We have a lot of Success Club points on the board already early in the month. I meant to do the Success Club board shout out yesterday and I don't know what happened. I like wrote them all down and then I realized I was like, oh, I never like put it on my computer. That's down. I just didn't do it. Not necessarily lots of points for one person, but lots of persons with points, which is really, really exciting to see that many names on there already in the month. Like it's the 8th of the month. There was this whole list of people who have at least 2 Success Club points on the board. I think that's really exciting. But I think it is time at the 8th of the month that if you're not yet at Success Club and you don't have Success Club locked in, you got to give yourself a little more urgency. It is time to like put your head down and lock it in this weekend, no matter what, like whatever it takes, it's gotta be locked in. And I think that we are giving ourselves too much time to do it. And I want to encourage you guys to just give yourself some urgency, find some times to work this weekend, get your head down and go hit Success Club. So that we can move on. So you can comfortably start talking about your coaching opportunity, about joining your team, about, you know, maybe different products you want to promote without looking like you're desperate. So just give yourself that like deadline. At least for me, my deadline is Saturday. Like I need to be successful at Success Club 10 by Saturday. Like that is a non-negotiable for me. So I'm going to have to sit down and get to work to make that happen. So I want to encourage you guys to do the same and give yourself that like mental push that you need. Like you don't have all month, right? For me, I have till the 10th. That's what I've got to do. So anything else before we depart for the day? Thank you so much for hopping on. I know that these calls, like sometimes, at least for me, fall right in the middle of I'm doing a million things. And it's really important for me to stop and pause and, you know, lean into this business. And I'm just really proud of you guys for doing the same. Even if you're here live or you're catching the replay, you're still leaning in, right? And I think that that's really important. Cassie, you're struggling with like new connections or... Yeah, so this is the part of your business, and Cassie's there. A lot of you are there. The new coach, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easier, right? You share initially, this is what you're doing. You're full of excitement. You have people who are in your news feed who have never seen anything like this, and they jump on board immediately because they're like, yep, I'm in with you. And then you hit a point in your business, and it's usually right around diamond, right as you're pushing closer to diamond. that you're like, crap, I'm out of all those easy people and I haven't made friends with strangers yet. So you're at this like lull. That's the hardest part of the business. And it is right around diamond. It is a couple months before and a couple months after diamond. All I can say is a couple of things. Number one, continue just being normal and having conversations with people on social media without an expectation that they're going to give you Success Club points. You just need to make friends with them, and eventually they'll just naturally flow into an invite, but don't attack it waiting on when you can invite them. I remember seeing early in my business people saying, well, like, how many conversations back and forth do we have before I send the invite? Well, that's like irrelevant because it's based on every single person. So I just really want to encourage you to like give yourself 10 or 15 minutes on social media every day to just go be social without any intention. You're not trying to sign them up. You're not trying to make them a coach. Just go be social and be friends with them, because then they'll get in your stories, and 3 months down the road, you'll have so many more people to invite that it becomes so much more natural. But you've got to do the work right now without the intention of ever signing them up right now, which is hard when you're pushing for Success Club, because it feels like right now you just want to invite the people pushing for Success Club. But that's that framework that is going to make it easier down the road. The next thing that I would encourage you to do is to get out of your own head and invite the people that you're scared to invite, because I guarantee you have a whole list of people who are in your warm market, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your husband's coworkers, your cousins' wives, like all of these people that you could send an invite to that you haven't yet. So one day, just chug a glass of Energize, go through your Facebook friends list. And I say Facebook because typically Facebook is our actual friends, people we know, people we've met, people we've seen. Instagram for me is more strangers. So if yours isn't like that, then go to the platform that makes sense. But when I started, I went to my Facebook friends list and I invited every single person A to Z. It took me a couple of days because I could only do, so many at a time. But it was, hey, Sarah, I haven't tagged you in a while. Your kids are getting so big. Hey, I'm not sure if you saw, but I host monthly boot camps for women looking to, kind of find some time for themselves. I have another one starting Monday, and I thought of you. Have you ever thought about doing a fitness and nutrition plan? Is it something that I could get you more info on? Right? Sending that information to every single person in your friends list is going to, one, generate some people who are interested, and two, get more people watching your stories. Because then even if they ghost you, they're like, oh, like, what is this? Or 2 weeks down the road, they go to put on a pair of shorts and they're like, yeah, these don't fit. What was that girl talking about? And that's when they start coming back and coming around. But you have to do that initial work by sending out that message. So, you can definitely do that. And that will help generate and fill in that gap while you're doing this 3 month of building friendships with strangers in the meantime. So hopefully that helps kind of bridge that gap between this diamond phase. It is the hardest phase of the business. And I promise once you get past diamond, and get past even those couple months past diamond, it's not like a switch. There's that phase after diamond where it's still a little bit sticky. And then all of a sudden, those conversations that you've been having now for months, and you continue to build new ones, then things just start to flow, and things become a lot more natural. But that it is a tough phase. So don't feel like you're struggling like on your own. We all go through that exact same phase in our business. So hopefully that helps. All right, then that is it for today. I'll see you guys in the chat pods. I need to be more present in them. I'm trying. Rec ball's now done, so things are starting to ease back. And I'm here. I'm fully present. I just need to be more visual for you guys. So that is a goal for me. I'm going to lean in. I hope you guys continue to lean in, and I will talk to you all so soon.
Paisley wants to say goodbye. Can you say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. There you go. Good job.
Bye, Paisley.
Bye. She really wanted to be on the call today. So bye, guys.
Bye.